Imagine a world where the very fabric of reality is in constant flux, where the rise and fall of the sun are as unpredictable as a roll of the dice. Now, imagine trying to solve the puzzle of that world's chaotic dance, a problem so complex that it has baffled the greatest minds for centuries. Liu Cixin's The Three-Body Problem doesn't just tell a story, it immerses you in a universe where the laws of physics become a ruthless game, and the stakes are nothing less than the survival of civilizations. In the vast landscape of science fiction, few novels have captured the imagination of readers as profoundly as The Three-Body Problem by Liu Cixin. This literary masterpiece is not just a tale of humanity's encounter with an alien civilization, it is an intricate web of scientific exploration, philosophical inquiry, and deep reflections on the nature of the universe itself. At the heart of this narrative lies one of the most captivating aspects of the novel, the introduction of the three-body problem, a concept that serves both as a scientific conundrum and as a powerful metaphor for the chaotic, unpredictable nature of existence. The three-body problem in physics and mathematics refers to the challenge of predicting the motion of three celestial bodies that interact with each other through gravitational forces. Unlike the simpler two-body problem, where the motion of two objects can be calculated with relative ease, the three-body problem is notoriously difficult. The gravitational pull between three bodies creates a system that is so complex that even the tiniest change in initial conditions can lead to wildly different outcomes. This inherent unpredictability has baffled scientists for centuries, and it is this very enigma that Liu Cixin masterfully weaves into the fabric of his story. The novel introduces us to this concept in a way that is both intellectually stimulating and emotionally resonant. Early on, we are introduced to Wang Miao, an nanomaterials scientist who becomes embroiled in a mysterious and surreal investigation involving a secretive organization called the Frontiers of Science. His journey leads him to a virtual reality game, unlike anything the world has ever seen, a game that becomes a central motif in the narrative, embodying the very essence of the three-body problem. As Wang Miao dons the virtual reality headset and enters this strange new world, he finds himself on a planet that seems to defy the laws of nature. This is a world with three suns, a world where the inhabitants, known as Trisolarans, live in constant fear of the unpredictable cycles of their celestial neighbors. The suns rise and set in an erratic, chaotic pattern, plunging the planet into periods of extreme heat and cold. The Trisolarans, in their desperation, have spent generations trying to solve the three-body problem, seeking a way to predict the movements of their suns and thus ensure the survival of their civilization. Through the lens of this virtual reality game, Liu Cixin introduces us to the Trisolaran civilization, an alien race that has endured unimaginable hardships due to the chaos of their world. The Trisolarans have evolved in a brutal environment where stability is a rare commodity and survival is a constant struggle. Their civilization is one that is both advanced and deeply scarred by the forces of nature they cannot control. The game becomes a window into their world, revealing not just the scientific challenge they face, but also the emotional and psychological toll of living in a universe governed by chaos. As Wang Miao delves deeper into the game, the lines between virtual reality and reality begin to blur. The Trisolarans, it is revealed, are not just characters in a game, they are real, and their struggle is not confined to the virtual world. They have made contact with Earth, and their intentions are far from benign. The Trisolaran civilization, having failed to solve the three-body problem and faced with the imminent destruction of their world, has set their sights on our planet as a new home, a place of stability where they can escape the chaos of their own system. This revelation sends shockwaves through the narrative as the story shifts from a tale of scientific curiosity to one of existential dread. The Trisolaran invasion is not just a physical threat, it is a challenge to the very foundation of human understanding. The three-body problem, once a theoretical puzzle, becomes a metaphor for the unpredictability and danger that lurks in the universe. The realization that humanity is not alone in the cosmos and that other civilizations might be struggling with their own versions of the three-body problem forces the characters and the readers to confront the fragility of existence. But Liu Cixin's exploration of these themes does not stop here. As the series progresses, particularly in the sequel The Dark Forest, he introduces one of the most thought-provoking concepts in modern science fiction: the dark forest theory. This theory posits that the universe is like a dark forest where every civilization is a hunter, silently stalking through the trees, knowing that any noise could attract a predator. In this dark forest, the safest strategy is to remain hidden, to avoid drawing attention to oneself, because the consequences of being discovered could be catastrophic. The dark forest theory is a natural extension of the ideas introduced in the three-body problem. Just as the three-body problem demonstrates the chaos and unpredictability of physical systems, the dark forest theory illustrates the existential risks faced by civilizations in the universe. It suggests that the cosmos is not a friendly place, but a dangerous one, where the first rule of survival is to remain unseen. This idea profoundly impacts the characters' understanding of their place in the universe as they grapple with the moral and ethical implications of their actions. The introduction of these concepts transforms the three-body problem from a simple story of first contact into a profound meditation on the nature of the universe and humanity's place within it. Liu Cixin's ability to blend hard science with philosophical inquiry makes the novel a truly unique reading experience. The three-body problem, both as a scientific puzzle and as a metaphor, challenges the characters to confront the limits of human knowledge and the terrifying possibilities that lie beyond those limits. As the story unfolds, the reader is drawn deeper into a world where the boundaries between science and fiction, between reality and imagination, are constantly shifting. The novel forces us to question our assumptions about the universe, to consider the possibility that we are not alone, and to confront the fact that our understanding of the cosmos is, at best, incomplete. The three-body problem serves as a reminder that the universe is a place of infinite complexity, where even the simplest systems can behave in ways that defy our expectations. In the end, the three-body problem is more than just a novel, it is an exploration of the human condition, a journey into the heart of darkness that lies at the center of our understanding of the universe. Liu Cixin's masterful storytelling and deep philosophical insights make this a book that lingers in the mind long after the last page is turned. The three-body problem, in all its chaotic glory, serves as a symbol of the uncertainty and wonder that define our existence, reminding us that in the vastness of the cosmos, we are all, in a sense, navigating our own version of a three-body problem, searching for stability in a world governed by chaos. The term three-body problem may sound deceptively simple at first, but beneath those three words lies a mystery that has puzzled some of the greatest minds in science for centuries. Imagine, if you will, three celestial bodies, let's say, three stars, floating in the vast emptiness of space. Each one is enormous, burning with a ferocious intensity that only stars can muster. They're not just sitting still, of course, they're all tugging on one another with their immense gravitational forces, a cosmic dance of unimaginable scale and power. Now, here's the tricky part. If you wanted to predict how these three stars would move, you'd quickly find yourself in a tangle of calculations so complex that even the most advanced computers would struggle to keep up. You see, when you have just two bodies, say, the Earth and the Sun, their interactions are relatively straightforward. The Earth orbits the Sun in an almost predictable, stable path, a graceful ellipse that we can calculate with beautiful precision. Add a third body into the mix, though, and everything changes. With three bodies, the interactions between them become wildly unpredictable. Each star pulls on the others, but the strength and direction of that pull constantly shift as they move through space. It's a bit like trying to solve a puzzle where the pieces keep changing shape every time you touch them. One moment, the three stars might be in a stable configuration, each orbiting the others in a delicate balance. The next moment, a slight nudge, an almost imperceptible change in one star's position, could send the entire system into chaos. The stars might swing wildly out of orbit, or one could be slung out into space, leaving the others to spiral closer together in a fiery collision. The possibilities are endless and endlessly complicated. This is the essence of the three-body problem. It's not just hard to solve, it's impossible to solve in a simple, general way. There's no neat formula you can plug into your calculator to predict exactly what will happen. Every new set of initial conditions, every slight variation in the starting positions and velocities of the three bodies leads to a different outcome. It's a problem that defies certainty, a reminder that even in the vast, seemingly orderly universe, there are pockets of chaos that we may never fully understand. This problem has fascinated scientists for centuries, from Newton to Poincare. Newton, the father of classical mechanics, could solve the two-body problem with his laws of motion and universal gravitation. But when it came to three bodies, even he had to admit defeat. The equations simply became too complex, too intertwined to untangle. Later, Henri Poincare, a French mathematician, took up the challenge and made significant strides in understanding the problem, but even he could only describe the chaotic nature of the system, rather than predict its precise behavior. In Liu Cixin's The Three-Body Problem, this conundrum is not just a theoretical puzzle, it's a living nightmare for an entire alien civilization. Imagine a world where the very concept of stability is a fantasy, where the sun, or suns, in this case, might rise and set in any number of terrifying patterns. The inhabitants of this world, the Trisolarans, live on a planet in a system with 3 suns. For them, every day is a new battle against an unpredictable, ever-changing environment. The 3-body problem isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's the difference between survival and extinction. The Trisolarans have tried everything to solve the problem. Their civilization has risen and fallen countless times, each time wiped out by the unpredictable chaos of their world's solar dynamics. Sometimes, all 3 suns align, and their planet is bathed in searing heat, scorching everything on its surface. Other times, the suns move far away, plunging the planet into a freezing darkness. In their desperation, the Trisolarans have developed sophisticated methods of survival, including the ability to dehydrate themselves during particularly harsh cycles. Yet, despite all their technological advances, they remain at the mercy of the 3-body problem, unable to predict or control their environment. For the Trisolarans, finding a solution to the 3-body problem is more than an intellectual challenge, it's a matter of existential importance. They've poured untold resources into understanding the movements of their 3 suns, hoping to one day achieve a stable solution. But the more they study it, the more they realize how futile their efforts are. The problem's chaotic nature means that no matter how much they refine their models or how precisely they measure their stars' positions, there's always an element of unpredictability. They can never be certain of what tomorrow will bring, and that uncertainty has driven them to the brink of despair. Liu Cixin captures this sense of cosmic dread masterfully, using the 3-body problem as a metaphor for the unpredictability and chaos that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most advanced civilizations. In the novel, the Trisolarans eventually make contact with Earth, and it's through this contact that they learn of our world's relative stability. To them, Earth is a paradise, a place where the laws of physics seem to behave in a more orderly fashion, where the sun rises and sets with comforting regularity. The idea that such a world exists fills the Trisolarans with both hope and envy. It also leads them to a desperate conclusion. If they cannot solve the 3-body problem in their own system, they will escape to a system where such chaos does not reign. This is where the true horror of the 3-body problem comes into play. It's not just a challenge for the Trisolarans, it becomes a threat to humanity as well. The Trisolarans, driven by their need to escape the chaotic grip of their 3 suns, set their sights on Earth. They see our planet not as a fellow civilization to be befriended, but as a lifeboat that they must seize at any cost. The 3-body problem, once a distant scientific concept, suddenly becomes a catalyst for interstellar conflict. For readers, the 3-body problem serves as a stark reminder of the limitations of human understanding. It's a humbling realization that even with all our knowledge, there are still mysteries in the universe that defy our attempts to unravel them. It also forces us to confront the idea that not everything in the cosmos is orderly or predictable. Sometimes, chaos is the rule, not the exception, and the consequences of that chaos can be devastating. As we follow the story of the Trisolarans and their struggle with the 3-body problem, we're also invited to reflect on our own world and the challenges we face. The 3-body problem, with its infinite complexities and inherent unpredictability, can be seen as a metaphor for the many challenges humanity faces, challenges that often seem insurmountable, yet must be confronted if we are to survive and thrive. In this way, Liu Cixin's novel transcends the boundaries of science fiction, offering readers not just a thrilling story, but a profound meditation on the nature of the universe and our place within it. The 3-body problem, in all its chaotic glory, reminds us that the universe is a place of infinite complexity, where even the most seemingly stable systems can be thrown into disarray by the smallest of changes. It's a testament to the enduring mystery of the cosmos, and a reminder that in the grand scheme of things, we are all just tiny players in a much larger, far more complex game, one where the rules are constantly shifting, and the outcome is never certain. The virtual reality game in Liu Cixin's The 3-Body Problem is one of the most fascinating and surreal experiences within the novel, a gateway into a world that defies the imagination. This game isn't just a form of entertainment, it's a haunting, immersive journey into the heart of an alien civilization, struggling against the very forces of the universe. It's through this game that the protagonist, Wang Miao, stumbles into a reality that is both distant and intimately connected to the fate of humanity. When Wang Miao first dons the VR headset, he has no idea what to expect. The real world, the one outside the game, is already strange and unsettling. There's a mysterious countdown appearing in his vision, and he's being drawn into a shadowy conspiracy involving the world's top scientists. But the virtual world he enters is something else entirely. It's like stepping into a dream, or perhaps a nightmare, where the rules of reality are twisted and unfamiliar. The game begins with Wang Miao standing on the surface of an alien planet, under a sky that is at once eerily familiar and profoundly alien. He's greeted by a landscape that is stark and barren, as if all life has been scoured away by some unimaginable force. As he looks up, he sees something truly extraordinary. 3 suns hanging in the sky, their positions constantly shifting. Sometimes they align, sometimes they drift apart, and their light bathes the planet in a strange, fluctuating glow. The sight is mesmerizing, yet deeply unsettling. There's no pattern, no regularity to the movements of these suns. One moment the planet is basking in warmth, the next it's plunged into an icy darkness. Wang Miao quickly realizes that this world, unlike Earth, does not have the comfort of a single, stable sun. Instead, it's at the mercy of these 3 erratic stars, whose chaotic orbits create a climate that is as unpredictable as it is deadly. The inhabitants of this world, known as Trisolarans, have adapted to this environment in ways that defy human comprehension. Wang Miao watches as they go about their lives, their existence marked by a strange, almost mechanical rhythm. These beings are not made of flesh and blood like humans, they have a rigidity to them, a sense of purpose that seems to go beyond mere survival. But survival is exactly what defines their lives. The Trisolarans live in constant fear of the next disaster, the next unpredictable shift in their world's climate that could wipe out entire generations. The game doesn't reveal everything at once. Wang Miao must play through different eras of Trisolaran history, each one more desperate than the last. He witnesses civilizations rise and fall, each time brought low by the capricious nature of their 3 suns. He sees cities built, only to be abandoned as the planet's climate shifts once again. The Trisolarans develop incredible technologies in their quest to solve the 3-body problem, the riddle of their world's chaotic solar system. They build enormous computers made of living beings, who perform calculations in a desperate attempt to predict the movements of the suns. They construct grand observatories to track the stars, hoping to find a pattern that will allow them to foresee the next catastrophe. Yet, despite their best efforts, the Trisolarans are always one step behind, always just out of reach of the solution they so desperately seek. As Wang Miao delves deeper into the game, he begins to understand the enormity of the Trisolarans' plight. Their entire existence is governed by the whims of their chaotic suns. There is no stability, no certainty, only the ever-present threat of annihilation. The Trisolarans have become masters of adaptation, capable of surviving in the harshest conditions, but their resilience has its limits. Each era Wang Miao experiences is a testament to the Trisolarans' ingenuity and their relentless drive to survive, but it is also a chronicle of their failures, their inability to escape the fundamental chaos of their world. Wang Miao's experience in the game is not just a passive observation. The game forces him to make decisions, to interact with the Trisolarans and their environment. He becomes emotionally invested in their struggle, feeling their despair and their fleeting moments of hope. The game is designed to immerse him completely, blurring the lines between player and character, between reality and simulation. The more time he spends in the game, the more he begins to question what is real. The Trisolaran world is so vivid, so richly detailed, that it feels as though it could be a real place, somewhere out there in the universe. But the game's most chilling revelation comes when Wang Miao realizes that the Trisolarans are not just characters in a simulation. They are real, and their struggle is not confined to the virtual world. The game is a window into their reality, a reality that is slowly, inexorably, reaching out to touch his own. The Trisolarans, it turns out, have made contact with Earth. They have been watching humanity, studying us, and they have come to a terrifying conclusion. Earth is the solution to their problem. Our world, with its single, stable sun, is the paradise they have been searching for. And they intend to take it. This revelation hits Wang Miao like a physical blow. The game, which had seemed like an escape, a puzzle to be solved, is in fact a dire warning. The Trisolarans are on their way, and they bring with them the chaos of their world. The virtual reality game, which had initially seemed like a curious distraction from the mysteries unfolding in the real world, becomes the key to understanding the greatest threat humanity has ever faced. Through this game, Liu Cixin not only immerses us in the alien world of the Trisolarans, but also forces us to confront the fragility of our own existence. The chaotic orbits of the 3 suns in the game are a stark reminder of the unpredictable forces that can shape or destroy civilizations. The game serves as a microcosm of the novel's broader themes, the struggle for survival in an indifferent universe, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the haunting realization that even the most advanced civilizations can be brought low by forces beyond their control. For Wang Miao, and for the reader, the virtual reality game is more than just a narrative device. It is an exploration of the darkest corners of the human psyche, a journey into a world where order is a fleeting illusion and chaos reigns supreme. It challenges us to think about our place in the universe, to consider what it means to be at the mercy of forces we cannot fully understand or predict. And, perhaps most unsettlingly, it asks us to consider what we would do if we found ourselves in the Trisolaran's position, desperate, determined, and willing to do whatever it takes to survive, even if it means taking someone else's paradise for our own. In the end, the virtual reality game in the three-body problem is not just a game. It's a window into another world, a world that is both alien and disturbingly familiar. It's a reminder that the boundaries between reality and fiction are not as clear-cut as we might like to think. And it's a warning that, in the vast and uncaring universe, survival often comes at a price that someone, somewhere, must pay. The story of the Trisolaran civilization in Liu Cixin's The Three-Body Problem is a haunting tale of survival, desperation, and the lengths a species will go to secure its future. As the novel unfolds, the true nature of the Trisolarans is revealed piece by piece, drawing us deeper into a narrative that is as compelling as it is unsettling. Their story begins on a planet that is unlike anything we can imagine, a world caught in the relentless grip of chaos, where survival is a daily battle against forces far beyond their control. The Trisolaran's homeworld orbits within a complex and unstable solar system that contains 3 suns. This is no idyllic paradise with gentle seasons and predictable weather. Instead, the planet is subject to the whims of its 3 stars, whose gravitational interactions create a nightmare of unpredictability. The Trisolaran world experiences extreme and violent climate shifts as its suns dance across the sky in a chaotic ballet. Sometimes, all 3 suns are visible at once, baking the planet's surface in a searing heat that incinerates everything in its path. Other times, the planet is flung into the depths of space, where darkness and cold consume the land. There is no consistency, no pattern, only the ever-present threat of annihilation. The Trisolarans themselves are a product of this environment, shaped by the constant need to adapt to their planet's hostile conditions. Their civilization is ancient, with a history that stretches back over countless cycles of destruction and renewal. Each era begins with the rise of a new civilization, built on the ruins of the old, only to be wiped out when the planet enters another cataclysmic phase. Over time, the Trisolarans have developed incredible technologies to survive these cycles, but even their most advanced solutions are temporary at best. The planet's climate is too unpredictable, too violent for any long-term stability. This constant cycle of destruction and rebirth has left its mark on the Trisolarans. They are a pragmatic and resilient people, their culture deeply influenced by the harsh realities of their world. Emotions and individuality are less important to them than the collective good. In a world where survival depends on cooperation and sacrifice, the needs of the many always outweigh the needs of the few. Their society is highly organized, with every Trisolaran contributing to the common goal of survival. But there is a coldness to their existence, a sense that they have been stripped of the luxuries that humans take for granted, luxuries like hope or the belief in a better future. For the Trisolarans, the concept of hope is a dangerous thing. To hope is to expect a future that is different from the past, and on their world, such expectations are often met with disappointment. Instead, the Trisolarans have learned to be cautious, to prepare for the worst, and to see the world as it is. A place where survival is never guaranteed, and where death can come swiftly and without warning. This mindset is reflected in their technology and their approach to problem solving. They are masters of efficiency, with an ability to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. But this adaptability comes at a cost. Their civilization has little room for creativity or innovation beyond what is necessary for survival. In a world where every resource must be conserved and every decision could mean the difference between life and death, there is no place for frivolity or waste. The turning point in the Trisolarans' history comes when they realize that their world will never provide the stability they need to thrive. No matter how advanced their technology becomes, no matter how well they adapt, they cannot escape the fundamental chaos of their solar system. They are trapped in an endless cycle of destruction and renewal, and it becomes clear that if they are to survive as a species, they must find a way out. This realization sets them on a path that will ultimately lead them to Earth. The Trisolarans' decision to invade Earth is not born out of malice or a desire for conquest. Rather, it is a calculated move, born out of desperation. They have studied Earth from afar, observing its single, stable sun and its relatively benign climate. To the Trisolarans, Earth is a paradise, a world where the seasons are predictable, where the environment does not threaten extinction at every turn. It is everything their world is not, and they see it as their only chance for a future free from the chaos that has defined their existence for so long. But the decision to invade Earth is not an easy one. The Trisolarans are aware that humanity already inhabits this world and that their arrival will inevitably lead to conflict. Yet they see no alternative. They cannot survive on their own world, and they have no other options. The invasion of Earth is framed as a necessary evil, a choice made in the name of survival. In their eyes, it is a tragic but unavoidable consequence of their circumstances. As the Trisolaran fleet begins its journey toward Earth, the Trisolarans themselves undergo a transformation. They enter a state of hibernation, their bodies and minds preserved for the long voyage across the stars. It is a journey that will take centuries, and when they finally arrive, they will find a world that is very different from the one they first observed. But for the Trisolarans, time is a relative concept. Their entire existence has been shaped by cycles that span millennia, and they are patient, willing to wait as long as it takes to reach their new home. The Trisolarans' story is one of tragic inevitability. They are a species trapped by the very forces of the universe, struggling against a reality that offers them no mercy. Their decision to invade Earth is not made lightly, but it is made with the cold logic of a species that has known nothing but hardship. They do not see themselves as villains, but as survivors, doing what they must to ensure the continuation of their civilization. For the reader, the Trisolarans are both alien and relatable. Their struggle is one that resonates on a deep level, a reflection of our own fears and uncertainties about the future. The chaos of their world serves as a metaphor for the unpredictability of life, and their desperate search for stability mirrors our own desire for security in an uncertain world. Yet there is also something profoundly unsettling about the Trisolarans, a reminder that in the vastness of the universe, survival is often a zero-sum game. Their decision to invade Earth forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about what we would do in their place and about the nature of our own existence. In the end, the Trisolaran civilization is a testament to the resilience of life in the face of overwhelming odds. They are a species that has endured unimaginable hardships, and yet they have never given up, never stopped fighting for their survival. Their story is a reminder that the universe is a place of both wonder and terror, a place where life can thrive in the most unlikely of circumstances, but where survival is never guaranteed. It is a story that lingers in the mind long after the book is closed, a haunting reflection on the nature of existence in a universe that is both beautiful and unforgiving. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, there exists a concept so chilling, so unnerving, that it changes everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. It's called the dark forest theory, and it emerges as one of the most profound and terrifying ideas in the U6 series. This theory doesn't just redefine the way the characters see the universe, it redefines the way we, the readers, perceive it as well. It creeps into your mind and lingers there, unsettling and impossible to ignore. Imagine the universe as a vast dark forest. It's not a peaceful place, not a serene haven where life can freely flourish. Instead, it's a place of constant danger, where countless civilizations, like hunters, move silently through the darkness, each one acutely aware that they are not alone. But here, the most important rule is this: you must remain hidden. Because in this dark forest, every hunter is both prey and predator, and to reveal your presence is to invite your own destruction. The dark forest theory is a metaphor that encapsulates the chilling reality of cosmic civilization. It starts with a simple premise. Every civilization out there, every species that has managed to survive long enough to ponder the stars, knows that the universe is a fundamentally hostile place. Resources are finite, and survival is paramount. And just as on Earth, where different species compete for dominance, so too do civilizations across the galaxy compete, though the stakes are infinitely higher. Here, the competition isn't just for land or food, but for survival itself. The logic behind the dark forest theory is brutal in its simplicity. Imagine two civilizations, separated by light years, both aware of the other's existence. What should they do? Reach out in friendship? Extend a hand in peace? Not so fast. The problem is, you can never truly know the intentions of the other side. Maybe they're friendly, maybe they're not. But even if they are peaceful now, who's to say they won't change in a few generations, or under the pressure of survival, or if they discover new technology that makes them more powerful? The point is, you can never be sure. And in a universe where uncertainty could mean the end of your civilization, can you really afford to take that risk? The theory suggests that any civilization that makes its presence known risks immediate annihilation. If you know another civilization exists, and you're aware that they know about you, the safest course of action is to strike first. Wipe them out before they have a chance to do the same to you. It's a preemptive strike, a desperate move in a universe where hesitation could lead to extinction. And so, civilizations in the dark forest learn to remain silent, to hide in the shadows, to avoid detection at all costs. Because the alternative is too horrifying to contemplate. But this is not just a theory born out of paranoia or fear. It's rooted in cold, hard logic. The stakes are too high for any other approach. If even one civilization out there is aggressive, or if one misinterprets the intentions of another, it could lead to catastrophic consequences. It's a zero-sum game, where the survival of one could mean the destruction of another. The universe, then, is not a place of wonder and discovery, but a minefield where a single misstep could spell doom. As this idea is introduced in the series, it profoundly impacts the characters. They realize that humanity's naive dream of making contact with extraterrestrial life, of joining some cosmic community, might be the very thing that destroys them. The universe isn't waiting to welcome them with open arms, it's waiting to strike. And the more they understand this, the more the weight of the dark forest presses down on them. It's a crushing realization, one that shifts the entire narrative of human progress and exploration. Imagine the terror that grips a civilization as they come to understand this. The joy of discovering that you're not alone in the universe quickly turns to dread as you realize the implications. Do you send out signals, hoping that someone friendly will hear? Or do you go silent, erasing any trace of your existence from the cosmos, praying that no one out there has already detected you? The decision isn't just philosophical, it's existential. It's a matter of life and death on a cosmic scale. The theory also raises haunting questions about the fate of other civilizations. Have others already fallen prey to this logic? Have they been wiped out by more advanced beings, or did they manage to survive by staying hidden, their lights dimmed, their voices silenced? And what about Earth? Has humanity already sent out too many signals, drawn too much attention to itself? Is it too late to hide, or is there still a chance to pull back, to fade into the background before it's noticed by something far more dangerous? As the characters grapple with the implications of the dark forest, their understanding of the universe shifts. They realize that the quest for knowledge, for contact, might be humanity's undoing. The dream of discovering other life forms turns into a nightmare, a fear that any contact might lead to the end of civilization as they know it. The universe is no longer a place of endless possibilities, it's a place of endless dangers, where every step forward must be taken with the utmost caution. And this realization isn't just theoretical. It changes the way the characters act, the way they plan, and the way they view their future. It's a shadow that looms over every decision, every attempt to reach out into the cosmos. The fear of being noticed, of being hunted in the dark forest, becomes a driving force behind their actions. And it's a fear that's all too justified. Because in this universe, survival doesn't go to the strongest or the smartest, it goes to those who can remain unseen, who can navigate the darkness without drawing attention to themselves. For the reader, the dark forest theory is a revelation that shifts the entire perspective of the series. It's one of those ideas that sticks with you long after you've finished the book, that makes you look up at the night sky with a new sense of unease. The stars, once symbols of wonder and curiosity, become the eyes of predators lurking in the darkness, watching, waiting. The universe is no longer a place of infinite possibilities, but a place of infinite dangers, where every signal sent into the void is a gamble with the highest stakes imaginable. And as the story unfolds, the implications of the dark forest become even more chilling. The realization that humanity might already be too late, that the signals sent out decades ago might have already sealed their fate, is a haunting thought. It's a reminder that in the vastness of space, the only real safety lies in silence, in staying hidden, in avoiding the gaze of those who might see you as a threat. In the end, the dark forest theory isn't just a concept within the series, it's a profound commentary on the nature of existence itself. It forces us to confront the idea that the universe might not be a friendly place, that the search for other life might be more dangerous than we ever imagined. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most terrifying things aren't the monsters we can see, but the ones we can't. The ones lurking in the shadows, waiting for the slightest sign of movement, ready to strike. And in the dark forest of the universe, it's better to remain silent, to blend into the darkness, and to hope that no one out there notices you. As we draw to a close on our exploration of the three-body problem by Liu Cixin, it's impossible not to marvel at how the novel intertwines scientific concepts with deeply philosophical questions, creating a story that lingers long after the last page is turned. Among the many ideas Liu introduces, the three-body problem stands out as a symbol of the unpredictability and chaos that pervades the universe, a symbol that resonates throughout the novel and beyond. The three-body problem itself is a real-world enigma, a classic issue in physics and mathematics that has puzzled scientists for centuries. It revolves around predicting the motion of three celestial bodies based on their mutual gravitational attractions. Unlike the more straightforward two-body problem, which can be solved with relative ease, the three-body problem defies simple solutions. The gravitational forces at play are so complex that even the smallest variation in initial conditions can lead to wildly different outcomes, making the system's behavior erratic and chaotic. In Liu's novel, this scientific conundrum becomes a powerful metaphor for the unpredictable nature of existence, a reflection of the chaos that governs not just the cosmos, but life itself. But Liu doesn't just leave the three-body problem as a distant, abstract concept, he brings it vividly to life through one of the most fascinating devices in the novel: a virtual reality game. This game, which the protagonist Wang Miao finds himself drawn into, is set on a mysterious planet with three suns, a world where the very idea of stability is a cruel joke. In this virtual world, the suns rise and set in a seemingly random pattern, their chaotic orbits creating an environment that is as deadly as it is unpredictable. The inhabitants of this planet, known as Trisolarans, are engaged in a desperate struggle to find a solution to the three-body problem, hoping against hope that they can somehow bring order to the chaos that threatens to destroy their civilization. As Wang Miao delves deeper into this game, the lines between reality and simulation begin to blur. The virtual world of the Trisolarans is not just a game, it's a window into a civilization that exists in a state of perpetual crisis. The Trisolarans have evolved on a planet where the laws of physics seem almost malevolent, where the gravitational forces of the three suns create a climate so extreme and unpredictable that survival itself becomes an extraordinary feat. The Trisolarans are forced to endure chaotic eras, long periods of time where the sun's movements are erratic, leading to devastating heat waves, freezing cold spells, and environmental disasters that push their society to the brink of extinction. These chaotic eras are occasionally interrupted by stable eras, brief interludes where the sun's orbits align in such a way that the planet experiences something resembling a normal cycle of day and night. But these stable periods are rare and fleeting, and the Trisolarans know that they are only temporary reprieves from the relentless chaos that defines their existence. During these stable eras, their civilization flourishes, but always with the gnawing fear that the chaos will soon return, sweeping away all they have built. Through the Trisolaran story, Liu Cixin paints a picture of a society that has been shaped, perhaps even scarred, by its struggle against an indifferent universe. The Trisolarans have adapted in ways that defy human imagination. Their cities are designed to be mobile, capable of being dismantled and relocated to avoid the worst effects of their unpredictable environment. Their culture is one of strict discipline and collective action, with little room for individualism or personal expression. Every aspect of their lives is focused on survival, on enduring the next chaotic era with as few casualties as possible. Yet, despite their ingenuity, the Trisolarans are haunted by a profound sense of futility. No matter how advanced their technology becomes, no matter how cleverly they adapt, they cannot escape the fundamental instability of their world. The three-body problem, the unsolvable riddle of their sun's chaotic orbits, remains an ever-present reminder of the limits of their knowledge and power. This unsolved mystery is not just a scientific puzzle, it is a symbol of the existential dread that permeates their civilization, a constant reminder that they are at the mercy of forces beyond their control. It is this dread, this deep-seated fear of annihilation, that ultimately drives the Trisolarans to look beyond their own world, to search the cosmos for a place where they might finally find stability. When they detect the signals from Earth, they see it as a beacon of hope, a promise of a future free from the chaos that has plagued them for so long. Earth, with its single, stable sun, represents everything the Trisolarans have longed for, a world where the laws of nature do not conspire against life, where a civilization might thrive without the constant threat of destruction hanging over it. The decision to invade Earth is not one the Trisolarans take lightly. They are not, by nature, a warlike species. Their history has taught them the value of caution, of patience, of finding solutions through ingenuity rather than violence. But their desperation outweighs their caution. Their world is dying, and the discovery of Earth offers them a chance to escape the fate that has claimed so many of their ancestors. They know that taking Earth means dooming humanity, but in their eyes, it is a necessary sacrifice, a brutal, but unavoidable, calculation in the harsh equation of survival. As the Trisolaran fleet embarks on its long journey toward Earth, the narrative shifts from a tale of scientific curiosity to one of existential dread. The Trisolaran's approach brings with it the terrifying realization that humanity is not alone in the universe and that other civilizations might be as desperate and as ruthless as the Trisolarans. The three-body problem, once a theoretical puzzle, now looms as a metaphor for the unpredictability and danger that lurks in the cosmos. The Trisolaran invasion is not just a physical threat, it is a challenge to the very foundation of human understanding, forcing the characters and the readers to confront the fragility of life and the terrifying possibilities that lie beyond our world. But Liu Cixin doesn't stop there. As the series progresses, particularly in the sequel The Dark Forest, he introduces one of the most chilling concepts in modern science fiction: the dark forest theory. This theory posits that the universe is like a dark forest where every civilization is a hunter, moving silently through the trees, knowing that any noise could attract a predator. In this dark forest, the safest strategy is to remain hidden, to avoid drawing attention to oneself, because the consequences of being discovered could be catastrophic. The dark forest theory is a natural extension of the ideas introduced in the three-body problem. Just as the three-body problem demonstrates the chaos and unpredictability of physical systems, the dark forest theory illustrates the existential risks faced by civilizations in the universe. It suggests that the cosmos is not a friendly place, but a dangerous one, where survival depends on remaining unseen. This idea profoundly impacts the characters' understanding of their place in the universe as they grapple with the moral and ethical implications of their actions. The introduction of these concepts transforms the three-body problem from a simple story of first contact into a profound meditation on the nature of the universe and humanity's place within it. Liu Cixin's ability to blend hard science with philosophical inquiry makes the novel a unique reading experience. The three-body problem, both as a scientific puzzle and as a metaphor, challenges the characters to confront the limits of human knowledge and the terrifying possibilities that lie beyond those limits. As the story unfolds, the reader is drawn deeper into a world where the boundaries between science and fiction, between reality and imagination, are constantly shifting. The novel forces us to question our assumptions about the universe, to consider the possibility that we are not alone, and to confront the fact that our understanding of the cosmos is, at best, incomplete. The three-body problem serves as a reminder that the universe is a place of infinite complexity, where even the simplest systems can behave in ways that defy our expectations. In the end, the three-body problem is more than just a novel, it is an exploration of the human condition, a journey into the heart of darkness that lies at the center of our understanding of the universe. Liu Cixin's masterful storytelling and deep philosophical insights make this a book that lingers in the mind long after the last page is turned. The three-body problem, in all its chaotic glory, serves as a symbol of the uncertainty and wonder that define our existence, reminding us that in the vastness of the cosmos, we are all, in a sense, navigating our own version of a three-body problem, searching for stability in a world governed by chaos. As we step back from the world Liu Cixin has created, it's clear that the three-body problem is not just about alien invasions or complex mathematical puzzles. It's about the fundamental questions that have always haunted humanity. What is our place in the universe? How do we survive in a world that is often indifferent to our existence? And what happens when we come face to face with forces that are beyond our control, forces that challenge everything we think we know? These are the questions that Liu leaves us with, and they are questions that, like the three-body problem itself, may never have easy answers. So, as we wrap up this wild journey through the unpredictable universe of the three-body problem, remember that the mysteries of space might be vast and unfathomable, but hitting that like and subscribe button is as simple as it gets. Of course, if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching.